Hello people, Kelly here from Kel's Aquariums. For those who've been watching my channel will know my community tank's filter threw its hand in the other week. A Tetra Tech EX 1200 or yeah 1200. It's pretty poor design, the bit what went, but I'm not going to dwell on that because I acquired a nice Eheim Pro. I have fitted that and I've got no complaints about it whatsoever. It's really good. I have got some complaints about some other stuff. I'm going to have a whinge. But for those who watched the video, they know I was putting in one of the Eheim pre-filters, the big thing, what's like a Coke can. It's ridiculously big. And you may just see it sort of behind all those leaves. So that's a pre-filter, that's massive. But you can't, I mean, if you think, when you actually zoomed out and just looking at the tank as standard, which the glass is a bit dirty, I've had other issues. But yeah, it's hardly noticeable. Just let you have a look at the flow of the oh, can we see? Look at that, it's a beast. Blame me duckweed all over. It's got good flow. There's not two ways about it. Consider it's meant to be a 1050, you know, a 1050 litre an hour, and that Tetra Tech was meant to be like a 1400 or something. This is way more powerful, so you just get what you pay for. Sorry about shining a light into my camera. So I'm going to have a quick look at it. I'm just going to open up my curtains, and now open so that you should be able to see in there. So it's running, it's pretty quiet. You can hear it maybe. So let me put the camera a bit closer. Don't know if you're getting any sound from that. So the actual loudest thing in my pit is you know, one of those, you can see there, like a timer plug. They seem to tick louder than everything else put together. So yeah, there it is running. You've seen the floor, you've seen it. You know, I had a quick look through on one of my other videos of what's inside. Things I like about it is, the main thing is this, the flow control. If you just, I've never seen a filter what's quite as easy to just turn the flow off. You know, I mean, a lot of the others have got valves and, you know, you have to pull things up, pull, you know, loads of messing up. It's just one thing, you go on, off, or in the middle for, you know, whatever flow you want. But it's just so simple, you just literally click it across. Now, it didn't go without hiccups. Not the filter went in perfectly, no problem. The problem I had was with separate stuff what I've had for a while, Eheim double taps. Oh, I broke 2 sets of them. Now, I am heavy-handed. I'll say that before I whinge, because it might just fully be me. Other people might not have ever had this issue, but this will be the 3rd set I've broken. I'm just not buying anymore. I'm going to do it differently. So, as you maybe can see in here, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. I know the light isn't great, I do apologise. But those double taps, you can see there's half a double tap there. That's just a tap, not a double one. So I had all the double taps in so that I could prime through the heater, which you can see there, an inline high door heater, which I really do rate. I'm a big fan of them. I really am. I've got a smaller one on my better tank as well. You start to have extra stuff in your tank. But I say after that it used to go into, before that it used to go into a CO2 mixer. Now we're off to go and have a look at that. So there's my CO2 mixer. It's a big old lump, it's about 1 foot tall. Oh, my better's flaring at me because I'm over here. It's cheeky, isn't it? He just came off a leaf and it had all these flaring gills going on. So what we have there is the mixer, and obviously CO2 goes into this, used to come into this check valve and bubble counter, into there. The water from the filter comes into there, spins these two propellers, mixes it in, goes down the bottom, and then up this spot and into the tank. Now that was all connected. As you can see, there's a double tap down the bottom there, and there's two bits here. Now I've already broke most of it, don't matter. I've already broke a set of these, exactly the same ones. It's always the ones with a screwy bit on. And as you can see, there's no pipey bit on the bottom because it's still in the tube. So all I'm doing is pulling that, and these are just snapping off like they're now. They are made of cheese. I've never any bother with their ends, the actual ones without the screw bit on, but as you can see there's two there. So what happened was, I broke one when doing this, when trying to do that, so I just left the CO2 where it was for now, and that's going in through that there. So you can see there's the big bubbles going in, and then the little bubbles like a little mist are going in through that bazooka diffuser. Yeah, you too. So I'm actually going to keep it like that. I'm not putting this back in. The reason all this was like that and I use all these double taps was priming. Priming's a nightmare when it has to go through an inline heater and then through all this rubbish, you know that. I mean, that's a foot of extra action and then loads of extra kit, loads of extra plumbing. It currently primes no problem through just the heater, so that works perfectly. All I'm going to do is get a bit more of the sorry, we're going back over here, a bit more of this CO2 tubing, and I'm going to put that back in the cupboard and run it all the way up and back over the top, and I'm just going to keep using the CO2 bazooka. Again, you won't see that, it's tiny, you can barely see it now because obviously that'll be the only thing in the tank, but I'm going to add it a bit next time. That was just a temporary measure. But yeah, breaking these things really wound me up. I broke one while I was doing it, so I just left that as it is. But the other one was on and it was fine, not touched it. Anyway, after I'd set it all up, checked for leaks, now coming out the filter, you know, happy because that was the new bit. Oh, them two Corys over there, they're mating. They've just been, that one's real, look at it bothering the fat one. That's the female, look. Gonna have eggs everywhere tomorrow. Where was I? Sorry, I get distracted. Like shiny things. Buttons are better there. Shiny. Distracted again. So, yeah. So I'd finished one bit. Filter was fine. Checked for leaks, all that good. Bit later on, I just had another look. You know, you don't want to leave it. So this was about 10:30. Light had just gone off. Water all over. Curious why. Anyway, narrowed it down. Want the filter? None of that. It was the other one of these. There must have been a crack in this bit or something because it was just dripping water everywhere. So I've had to take them out. I'm leaving this piece in. I'm going to knock that over again because, you know, I don't like it. Because I still have got a stop so I can actually, you know, disconnect my heater and everything. But yeah, just a messing about. So I finished repiping it at about midnight last night. I was real happy about that. Plus that, got a full bag of Substrat Pro because the substrat that's in that Eheim's all out of another one because I had loads. I was already using that substrat, so I had all fully sorted media in. Sorry, I've been distracted by the shiny again. A couple of Amanos, one on each side of a leaf. I'm loving it. There's a lot of Sinkless there. Having a bit of an eat. So, yeah, that's not going back in the mixer. I'm going to do it through a standard ceramic bazooka diffuser and see how we get on. So I'm just going to wait for some piping. I went to find some CO2 tubing. I've been to all the local fish shops today and none of them had any of it in. So I'm going to order a couple of meters of that so I can actually do what I need to do. And away we go. Well, everything will be back in the cupboard again. But I'm very happy with the noise, because if I actually close those, it is silent. I cannot hear it at all. That's no word of a lie. I can hear the Crystal Profis a bit. My 1500 Crystal Profi, 1501, I can hear. It's loudish. Whereas that one I can't. I use an Eheim Pro in here. I use a lot of double taps in there as well. The little ones, the ones for 12x16 tubing, never had one snap. It's the bigger ones for the 16x22. So the 12x16 seem fine, but the others don't. So just a bit of a look at him while he's having a mess about. He's blazing through. It's a lot of fun. I'm about to feed him some worms and them some worms in the community. That big Siamese alligator, look at him. I don't know if you're going to get some glare because I ain't closed my curtains. Yeah. That guy, oh he's fat. Out the way you. He's so fat. He's been eating that big lump of kiwi for ages. But yeah, on the whole, really good. A massive shame I had to mess about so much. A bit more shrimp on a shrimp action there, look. All on the same leaf. What's going to happen? One of them's going to get told to go. Yeah. Get off my leaf. But yeah, that's a couple of Cories on the. Sorry, Cories, Ottos. Sort of knocking about near that filter, the pre-filter. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that as well, because you can't notice it too bad, and I can move it further down so it's even lower. But looking at it sort of like this, you know, you can't really see it. So that's it. I had a bit of a bad one, but in the end it's all worked out well, and I can prime without having to mess about anymore. So thanks for watching. Bye.